Добрий день, Ірина. Мені ваш контакт дала Маша Фоменко, наша спільна знайома. Я зараз знаходжуся в Хорватії і буду дуже вдячна, якщо ви трошки прокоментуєте просто ситуацію, як у вас зараз нашим хорватським колегам.
Well, I was in Kyiv when the invasion happened, but I left Kyiv the same day when the invasion started. Basically the same morning, we managed to flee from there at around 11 a.m. But after that it was more complicated to leave Kyiv because there were huge traffic jams and a lot of people were trying to leave. And we were going south from Kyiv to central Ukraine to be more safe, and we stayed there overnight in a remote village. And then we drove to Vinnytsia, central western Ukraine, stayed there overnight, and there were already first airstrike alerts that I've heard. So we ran to the bomb shelter 3 times before I went to bed. Then we were woken up with an airstrike alert at 5 a.m. So in the morning I left to Lviv, and it took us 14 hours to get from Vinnytsia to Lviv, which is normally it takes like three hours. So basically it took me 3 days to get from Kyiv to Lviv by car. We don't have bombardments, thanks God, but we do have airstrike alerts, and we do have a lot of saboteurs, like subversive groups, which are
in the city center, in the
they are caught even in small towns and villages. These are like covert subversive groups from Russia, or I don't know, maybe they are Russian agents, but they are locals. I have no idea, but they are caught. I've even heard some of them being caught in the village nearby. But people learn how to identify them because they look a bit suspicious, and they put some marks on buildings. They have like different plates, and people can identify them. But still, it's a bit terrifying because you can't like really know who is who. Just like Kyiv and outskirts of Kyiv are shelled and are under heavy shellings for days. So it's much worse there because there are a lot of casualties and a lot of civilians are dying, and civilians were killed in Kharkiv and all along the front line to the south. And Mariupol is under like severe humanitarian catastrophe.
Hello, my name is Ksenia, and I'm the associate professor of Kyiv State University. I'm just exactly staying in Kyiv, at the very center of what is happening in the capital. That's why I can a little bit describe what is happening. What is happening here in Ukraine, and Russia attacked us 4 days ago. Already we are spending 5 nights in the shelter. Now I'm staying near my shelter because we heard air sirens. Severe attack was on Brovary near Kyiv suburbs. Severe attacks on Vasilkiv, also Kyiv suburbs. Severe fights were in Gostomel and still keep on going. There are fights there near Gostomel because they want to make a circle around the capital and to attack Kyiv. Severe air strikes in the very city center. First 2 nights we went to the shelter at least 8 times per night, and this is terrible. Lots of children still remain in Kyiv. Don't believe anyone, don't believe who says that it's a hybrid war or any other war. There is only one war here. Russia attacked Ukrainians. No Nazis, no Banderas or anyone else groups. They attack kindergartens, they attack hospitals. A child was killed 2 meters away from my home in the country's child center. It's the cardiology center nearby, and the child was killed because They placed a mark on the building. Two doctors wounded. The child died, unfortunately. I myself decided to join territory units, but it's impossible. People are ready to protect their country. Heavy strikes by Iskanders on Bravery this night, heavy airstrikes. At least 6 people died here. Already almost approximately 20 children died along the war. Already almost 400 people died during these 4 days of war. And they also attacked maternity hospital. You saw what happened in Kharkiv. Yes, Kharkiv is under attack. We also called to the hospital, to the child's hospital, how we can help them. They said we have enough hands, we have enough food. People brought. There have never been such a huge unity of people. When people are ready to fight for their country, when people are ready to fight for just being Ukrainians, for having a peaceful life, I'm trying not to cry. I was crying hardly 2 days, but now I'm not trying not to cry. But you see, we all had friends and relatives in Russia, but they can hardly hear our voice, what we are saying, that we want to be Europeans, we want to live peacefully in our country. We do not need we do not need any help, any assistance, or being saved from the aggressor.
Yes.
Putin is a crazy mad man who, it's not, you realize it's not just the war against Ukrainians, it's the war against everything we believe in, about democratic values, about being international law, about being the citizens and to decide ourselves, our destiny, and the destiny of our country. And not only our war, and they should realize that. Tomorrow, Putin will organize military troops and they will come to Finland, to the Baltic states, and all neighboring countries are in danger.
A friend in Moscow texted me before the invasion happened, like 1 or 2 days ago, 2 days ago before the invasion. He told me, he asked me if there was a chance that Kharkiv might be occupied, and I said, I don't know, I'm not the occupant. And he said that his friend was waiting in Belgorod to enter Kharkiv when they have a Polslak operation.
Mm-hmm.
So they were already there, and they knew that they would go to Ukraine. It's not like that they haven't known where they are sent. Mm-hmm. They were waiting for the invasion, and they were waiting to come to Ukraine to kill. For now, I received some messages from Russians, but words are not enough. Words on social media don't help. They should publicly speak up. Some of them do, and some popular, famous Russian public opinion makers and artists.
Some media.
Yes, but they need to go to the streets. We don't accept the argument that they are afraid to go to the streets because they will be beaten. I saw a video of Russians running away from one riot policeman, but we are bombed and our civilians and our children are dying because of their army. We are not afraid. They should not be afraid of their police. If their state, they should change the regime. That's the only way to deter Russia, is to change Putin's regime, to overthrow the government.